college athlete was just beginning her sports career when it nearly ended in a freak accident last year. A rising lacrosse star shares her road to recovery and fight to get back on the field. On this week's edition of Today's Health, Caroline Connolly has her story.
It seems fitting that on a green field painted blue, future champions play it differently.
I would rather have an assist.
For lacrosse player Noelle Lambert, it's those differences that can ultimately make you stronger.
Yes, it's very difficult. I mean, with two legs, it was really hard.
It was only a year ago, after all, that this rising star at UMass Lowell saw her future fall apart after a moped accident claimed one of her legs and possibly one of her dreams.
The second the accident happened, when I was laying on the ground, I remember thinking, like, lacrosse jumped into my head immediately. I remember thinking, oh my God, like, what am I gonna do? Like, this is what I do.
But what she did next,
I couldn't believe that she could actually do it.
surprised just about everyone. First running, then weightlifting, and finally back to playing within months.
To see what she's done in just a short year has exceeded my expectations.
It's flying by.
Fast forward to today, she's back on the field, training in hopes of officially joining her team here this fall.
I can almost do everything. I can do everything. I just need to find a way to do some things.
While some things might come differently to her now,
I know that I'm probably not going to be the player I was.
the player she is won't let any differences define her.
I just want to be able to step back out in the field and say that I did this, say that I overcome this, and just be with my teammates.
In other health news this morning, a new study uncovers racial differences in unnecessary antibiotic prescriptions written for kids in emergency rooms. Researchers at Children's National Health System analyzed data on nearly 40,000 ER visits. Most patients were about 3 years old. White patients were twice as likely as Black and Latino children to receive antibiotics for a viral respiratory infection. Antibiotics are useless in treating viral illnesses. Overall, the percentage of unnecessary antibiotic prescriptions dispensed in emergency rooms was quite low. An earlier study analyzed the effects of drastically lowering high blood pressure, finding a greatly reduced cardiovascular events and heart disease deaths, but it also increased the risk for kidney disease for some. However, researchers at the University of Utah took a fresh look at the data and say for many people, the heart benefits of lowering blood pressure appear to outweigh kidney risks. Emergency room doctors have seen everything, which means they have to diagnose a diagnosis code for some bizarre injuries, like being bitten by a pig or walking into a lamppost. A California healthcare claims data organization called Amino examined these medical codes. About 1,800 patients have been accidentally bitten by another person. About 1,700 have been struck by a cow. 600 had an unfortunate run-in with a sword or dagger. Technically, there is a medical code for struck by an orca, but the researchers found no one had been given this diagnosis yet.